Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HABIBAH. Today, I would like to tell you about how to prevent heart disease. Heart disease is the leading cause of the death in the United States. It is also a major cause of disability. There are many things that can rise your risk for heart disease. They are called risk factors. Some of them you cannot control, but there are many that you can control. Learning about them can lower your risk of heart disease. Okay, and then what are the heart disease risk factors that I cannot change? First, age. Your risk of heart disease increases as you get older. Men aged 45 and older and women aged 55 and older have a greater risk. Second, sex. Some risk factors may affect heart disease risk differently in women than in men. For example, estrogen provides women some protection against heart disease, but diabetes raises the risk of heart disease more in women than in men. Third, race or ethnicity. Certain groups have higher risk than others. African Americans are more likely than whites to have heart disease, while Hispanic Americans are less likely to have it. Some Asian groups, such as East Asians, have lower rates, but South Asians have higher rates. And then, family history. You have a greater risk if you have a close family member who had heart disease at an early age. So, what can I do to lower my risk of heart disease? Fortunately, there are many things that you can do to reduce your chances of getting heart disease. Firstly, control your blood pressure. High blood pressure is a major risk factor for heart disease. It is important to get your blood pressure checked regularly, at least once a year for most adults, and more often if you have high blood pressure. Take steps, including lifestyle changes, to prevent or control high blood pressure. Secondly, keep your cholesterol and triglyceride levels under control. High levels of cholesterol can clog your arteries and raise your risk of coronary artery disease and heart attack. Lifestyle changes and medicines, if needed, can lower your cholesterol. Triglycerides are another type of fat in the blood. High levels of triglycerides may also raise the risk of coronary artery disease, especially in women. Thirdly, stay at a healthy weight. Being overweight or having obesity can increase your risk for heart disease. This is mostly because they are linked to other heart disease risk factors, including high blood cholesterol and triglyceride levels, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Controlling your weight can lower this risk. And then, eat a healthy diet. Try to limit saturated fats, foods high in sodium and added sugars. Eat plenty of fresh fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. The DASH diet is an example of an eating plan that can help you to lower your blood pressure and cholesterol, two things that can lower your risk of heart disease. And the next is get regular exercise. Exercise has many benefits, including strengthening your heart and improving your circulation. It can also help you maintain a healthy weight and lower cholesterol and blood pressure. All of this can lower your risk of heart disease. And the next is limit alcohol. Drinking too much alcohol can raise your blood pressure. It also adds extra calories, which may cause weight gain. Both of those raise your risk of heart disease. Men should have no more than 2 alcoholic drinks per day, and women should not have more than 1. And then Don't smoke. Cigarette smoking raises your blood pressure and puts you at higher risk for heart attack and stroke. If you do not smoke, do not start. If you do smoke, quitting will lower your risk for heart disease. You can talk with your health care provider for help in finding the best way for you to quit. And the next one is manage stress. Stress is linked to heart disease in many ways. It can raise your blood pressure. Extreme stress can be a trigger for a heart attack. Also, some common ways of coping with stress, such as overeating, heavy drinking, and smoking, are bad for your heart. Some ways to help you manage your stress include exercise, listening to music, focusing on something calm or peaceful, and meditating. And then manage diabetes. Having diabetes doubles your risk of heart disease. That is because over time, high blood sugar from diabetes can damage your blood vessels and the nerves that control your heart and blood vessels. So it is important to get tested for diabetes, and if you have it, to keep it under control. And the last one is make sure that you get enough sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, you raise your risk of high blood pressure, obesity, and diabetes. Those three things can raise your risk of heart disease. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Make sure that you have good sleep habits. If you have frequent sleep problems, contact your healthcare provider. One problem, sleep apnea, causes many people to briefly stop breathing many times during sleep. This interferes with your ability to get a good rest and can raise your risk of heart disease. If you think you might have it, ask your doctor about having a sleep study. And if you do have sleep apnea, make sure that you get good treatment for it. I think that's all for me about how to prevent heart disease. I hope what I have explained can help you to prevent heart disease. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy and don't forget to be happy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.